everyone, I'm lizziluminate from Choose News, where we choose to focus on some of the good things rather than wallowing in all things terrible. This is our first broadcast where we will cover topics like adorable animals, celebrities, celebrities animals, and animal celebrities, and other things. But come on, what's better than animals? We're going to be looking at things going on here in the US as well as anywhere else in the world. And there will be a section dedicated to things happening here in the YouTube community, where I will do my research in my own subscription list, so I'm not biased at all. Okay, so we're going to kick things off with, you guessed it, animals. Thanks, Lizzie. We are starting in good old Texas, where 4 high school students surprised their teacher, who was grieving over the death of her cat, with flowers, cupcakes, and 2 kittens. The high school girls were clever enough to catch their teacher's reaction on video, so all of our hearts could be warmed by the teacher breaking down in tears when she realizes the kittens are for her. Teens these days are really upping their game for a teacher's pet. Also in the animal world, we have an animal hospital intern who saved the life of a paralyzed Pooch from euthanasia. Ollie the collie, who had a sudden onset of paralysis, was in the exam room, ready to be put to sleep after a long struggle of trying to find out the reason for his sudden ailment. But as the intern held Ollie, she noticed something strange behind his ear. A tick. After removing the tick, Ollie was back on his feet in hours. It's amazing what trouble a little bug can cause, but thankfully the tick was removed just in time and Ollie is back to normal. Back to you, Lizzie. It's amazing the joy our animals bring us and the things that we'll do for them. What's even more amazing are the American troops that fight for us every day. With Memorial Day having just passed, we have a couple stories about the men and women who serve our country. When a nursing home had no way to raise their flag in remembrance this past holiday due to a recent accident, a disabled veteran stood at attention in uniform outside the home, holding an American flag for 9 hours straight. Even after serving multiple deployments in Iraq, the Massachusetts resident still chooses to put our country first. The amount of devotion shown by our many veterans is truly incredible. Which brings us to our next story, where one city is trying to help some of the thousands of homeless veterans we have here in the U.S. LA has approved a deal for non-profit private developers to change old run-down motels into 500 apartments for homeless vets. Not only will these veterans not have to pay rent, but supportive resources like counseling will also be available to them. The hope is the apartments will be ready to open this coming January. Now that's some good news, but America isn't the only country doing good stuff. Next we will take a look at all the amazing things happening in other countries of the world. Taking a look into England, we see Karen Spencer, Princess Diana's sister-in-law, who is temporarily turning the mansion in which Princess Diana grew up in into a high-priced bed and breakfast in order to raise money for orphans. The money will be going to Karen's charity, Whole Child, to help childhood development for orphans in Nicaragua and El Salvador. But you don't have to have a mansion in order to make a difference. Proof of this can be found in Australia, where 12-year-old Campbell makes and gives teddy bears to children going through tragedy or sickness. He has bears sent to hospitals as well as to Paris and Brussels after terrorist attacks. He averages about a bear a day and recently had his bedroom renovated into a teddy bear factory by volunteers who surprised him while he was at school. The amount of compassion shown as a young child is tremendous. Also, I'm jealous because I want a teddy bear factory. Next, we take a look into the lives of celebrities. With media jumping all over anything that a celebrity does wrong, sometimes it's hard to remember that they're just people like us. But taking the time to look at some of the good things they do can be a nice break from the harsh rumors. Indeed, celebrities can seem nothing but greedy and selfish at times. But today we look at the unselfish act performed by Brad Pitt by the set of a movie he's currently filming. When Pitt emerged, a crowd that had been waiting for hours to see him started rushing forward, pitting a young girl against the fence in front of Pitt. With the help of a bodyguard, Brad pulled the girl to safety and later even took a picture with her once he was sure she wasn't hurt. It seems that Brad's fatherly instinct really kicked in. Wouldn't you say, Lizzie? Indeed I would, although I can't say I'm surprised with him having 7 kids of his own. Lastly, we will be looking into the YouTube community, or at least my subscription box. But hey, I watch some interesting stuff. We will start off with, in my opinion, one of the most underrated and heartwarming channels on YouTube, Vet Ranch. This week on Vet Ranch, Dr. Matt saves the life of a bulldog from euthanasia, who is in a shelter due to rather minor ailments. And lastly, for our YouTube report, we have the 300th video on the beloved Jenna Marble's channel. With over 16 million subscribers, Jenna celebrated her accomplishment by reacting to some of her older videos. With her usual comedic flair, she stays humble and is actually harder on her past self than we expected. But seriously, Jenna, 300 Wednesdays/Thursdays straight of posting a video is definitely something to be proud of. That's all the news we have for you this week, but tune in next week for another video. Or to make it easier, just hit that subscribe button. Links to all the sources, including the videos mentioned, can be found in the description box below. My name's lizziluminate, and this is Choose News.